In this video, Kyle and I are going to take a look at the all-new bullet flow system from Cortina Precision. Gavin here from UltimateReloader.com. Thank you, Kyle, for your help with this new bullet flow system. This is going to involve a progressive press. We're going to do a conversion to get all these parts going. Before we get into it, though, let's step back for a moment. I'm kind of midway through this whole 7PRCW project. What is 7PRCW? It's essentially a 6.5 PRC necked up to a 7mm, and it has really caught fire in the F-class world. Eric Cortina is using it. He said, why did I switch to it? Well, when I started to get beat by it, that was when I decided I needed to adopt it myself. Okay, so I already published the story where I chambered my rifle. I've got the Wooks chassis. We've got a special bat action for this project. Did a second video where I installed the EC tuner for that barrel, and I've got a little bit more work to do with the rifle to get it fully together. Meanwhile, we've got the most awesome bullets for this. These are the Berger 180s, and these are a boat tail hollow point design. And one of the things that F-class competitors do, and sometimes bench rest competitors, is they will use something like a tipping die, a pointing die, which uniforms the tip of the bullet to make that ballistic coefficient a little bit more consistent. Other guys are going to use something like a me-plat trimmer, that sort of thing. Well, it's time consuming, and this gear is going to help us do that more quickly on a progressive press. Now, you checked out the videos from Eric Cortina. What did you find when you took a look at that?
So basically you just set this up on a 650 or 750 so you can automate your bullet pointing instead of using like a single stage press or something like that.
And
so,
Eric actually has an auto drive on his, is that correct?
Right.
Nice.
Yep. So you can pretty much walk away and let all your bullets be pointed without you lifting a finger on it once you have all this set up. So
this will become more clear when we take a look at what is in this packaging here. So why don't we get this stuff out and we'll lay it all out and talk about what the game plan is.
Sounds good.
Okay. Okay, so we've got two things going on here. We've got the bullet flow system from Cortina Precision, and then we have the Hoover tipping die or bullet re-tipping die. This is what's going to actually do the uniforming of the hollow points on the bullets to make the ballistic coefficient more consistent. Okay, so we'll talk about the die more when we get it set up on the press. Why don't you tell us about the parts and pieces that we have here for the bullet flow system?
Sure, there's a lot to it, but Eric does have a video on all this, so setup's pretty straightforward if you just watch his video. But you got the shell plate essentially, or it's a replacement shell plate that this is where the bullets will sit on the actual press itself. You got a drop tube for when the bullets are tipped, they can fall into a pan or bucket or something like that. You got a bullet extracting die, a die for the bullet feeder system. Then you got a bunch of plastic parts here. Some of them are couplers for the drop tubes. So if you don't have a bullet feeder, you can use these drop tubes instead, both large and small. A bullet flipper for the bullet feeder. A little arm to hold back your priming system, I believe. And this other coupler, I think it's to go to the bullet feeder as well.
Oh yeah, right there. That makes sense. Okay, so here's what's going to be involved. We're going to take the XL650. This is a great use for an extra press, right?
Oh yeah.
We have our 750, we have our 650. We'll get the bullet flow system installed on that. We'll add a Mr. Bullet feeder to collate the bullets, and then we'll add the Hoover bullet tipping die to the setup. And when we're all set up, we'll just be able to pull the handle, and tipped bullets will go flying down the tube into our collection bin. This is going to be really good. So I'm going to stick you on this project.
Awesome.
I'll have you set all this up. We'll come back here. We'll set it all up. This is going to get me in really good standing to get my F-class mojo going. I'm liking this.
Oh yeah, very nice.
Okay, so we'll be back in a bit with a fully functional system. Well, we're back. Kyle's been hard at work getting the bullet flow system installed on the XL650, getting everything adjusted. We're going to go over that. And we just published a story covering the break-in of the 7PRC WF class rifle, which is awesome. The first 3 shots out of the barrel went in at just over quarter MOA, and that's with no load development, no EC tuner V2 adjustments, and all that. So this rifle is going to be amazing. And to make our BC more consistent on our bullets with this tipping die setup and bullet flow setup is going to help us with that 1,000-yard setup. We're going to tighten up that vertical shot dispersion. It's going to be absolutely amazing. Okay, so why don't you go over kind of what you did to get all of this working, and then let's do a demo.
Sure. All right, so first thing I did was tear apart most of what it was a 650. And you don't have to go that far because all you really need to do is block the priming system. And this is for the 750. So since we're using the 650, I just removed a lot of this stuff because it'd be easier to work around and easier for us to demonstrate everything. So stripped everything down, and while I was at it, kind of wiped things down, cleaned it up a little bit. And the first thing I tackled was the shell plate that Eric will send you, which is going to hold the bullets after they're dropped in.
Nice.
So I installed this first, made sure everything was functioning, made sure everything was spinning. It's good to put a little bit of grease on there, like TW25B or something similar, so everything flows real well. A little goes a long way. You don't need much.
Slight film.
Slight film, exactly. So got that functioning and everything. And then I skipped over the Hoover die at first and got the bullet extractor installed next and just made sure this was working. You just cinch it down until it touches the shell plate a little bit, back it off, and then all it does is it has a nylon collet in there, and it just holds each bullet, and it will just push. Each bullet will push the next one up.
Oh, that makes sense.
It rides down a little slide here. And then you can attach this tube to either a pan or an acro bin or whatever and cut it to length as you need. Then I moved on to the bullet feeding die, and that's to work with either these drop tubes, small or large, like we showed when we unboxed it, or you can attach it to a Mr. Bullet feeder. So I just screwed in this die and dropped a bullet in, and then pretty much tightened the die down until it dropped a bullet, very similar to the Mr. Bullet feeder die. And then that was good to go. And then set up the Mr. Bullet feeder to work with the 7mm bullets. The only change you really do is not only your proper caliber conversion, in this case it's 308 and 7.62 is the proper size for this one, but you install the bullet flipper that Eric will send you if you're using the Mr. Bullet feeder. Finally, got the Hoover bullet tipping die set up. So I actually had to reach out to Eric to get some advice on this since I've never set up one of these.
Right.
So what he has suggested is that you crush the bullet. So you follow the instructions on the die, but you essentially have it touch the shell holder because this has like a little spring on the inside, and you want it to consistently be pressing the plunger every time.
Yeah.
But the actual die setup itself, you want to crush the bullet 1/1000th, which is actually too much.
At the ogive.
At the ogive, right. So you're going to need a ogive comparator tool like the Hornady one. And so you measure your bullet and get 1/1000th crush, and then you back it off 5 notches, 5 clicks. And these are 1/2,000th tick marks. So
gotcha.
Once that's done, you're all set up. And you can see a subtle difference of the tipped bullet before and after. You'll notice that the opening is slightly larger on the original than on these. And so that's really the only indication that you can see that it's properly tipped. They do recommend trimming the Mayplats, I don't know how to pronounce it, beforehand, but we didn't do that. But other than that, it's real simple to set up, really straightforward to get everything going. And the bullet flow system's pretty cool.
Nice. So why don't we turn on the bullet feeder, we'll get some bullets dropped, and then do a demo.
Let's do it.
There we go. Shuts itself off when it's loaded, huh?
Yeah, that's right. So, yeah, everything's ready to go. Let's show you how this works here. So right now we're going to tip a bullet, and then we won't see one fall out at first since there's only one bullet in there.
Yep.
And there we go.
That is cool.
Fun little slide.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mind if I try it out?
No, not at all. Go for it.
Yeah, compared to sizing cases, that's nothing in terms of force, right?
No, you're not even really working the press. It's really easy. And you can put this on on an auto drive system like Eric does.
Yeah, that would be a great way to do it. Are we out?
Might be out.
Yeah.
Oh,
okay.
We're
actually
ran
out.
it dry. I just ran a handful, or put a handful in there, so.
So we need to add a few more bullets.
Yeah, we got plenty, I think.
Nice. Well, this is going to help tremendously because I've got 1,000 of these, right? And I'm going to be burning through a lot to shoot with F-Class John, hopefully meet up with Eric Cortina and F-Class John to shoot a match. I've got that awesome F-Class rifle. This is going to be a ton of fun. And anything I can do to make the process more efficient. We had this XL 650. We weren't really using it for anything. I do prefer the priming system on the 750. So this is literally the perfect use for this spare machine that we had. Thank you, Kyle, for setting this up. Maybe you'll try out the F-Class rifle as well.
I'm looking forward to it. I think, yeah, that thing looks fun to shoot.
Good stuff. Now, if you're interested in the bullet flow system, you can go to cortinaprecision.com. And if you click on that first link in the video description, we'll have links to various product pages and also some of the other Cortina Precision gear that we're using, like the EC Tuner V2, the EC Tuner brakes, and more. So what do you think of this setup? Are you pointing bullets, tipping bullets for F-Class competition or other long-range shooting activities? Drop a comment, share your experiences, share your feedback about bullet flow, and look for upcoming F-Class content. That concludes this video, and that means it's time to wrap it up. I hope you enjoyed this video. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Also, we're on Facebook, YouTube, Rumble, where we've got unrestricted content, and Instagram. Make sure to follow us on all those channels. Ultimate Reloader also has a commercial solutions division serving law enforcement, the military, and the gun industry. We have some unique capabilities, including a comprehensive suite of recoil testing and evaluation capabilities, trigger profiling, and more. If you're interested in custom rifles like what we build here on the channel or gunsmithing services, you're going to want to go to rifles.ultimatereloader.com and get on the wait list. If you want to learn lucrative gunsmithing like what I show here on the channel, including building custom rifles and Cerakote plus a whole bunch more, you're going to want to check out the Colorado School of Trades, schooloftrades.edu. Thanks again for watching.